Alright, hey, it's Mick here. So, just shooting a quick video on something I got for my Honda Super Cub, alright? So, it is a Honda service manual, okay? It's a Honda service manual for the Honda Super Cub C125, years 2019 to 2021, so it's current, okay? As far as I know, I think the 2020 model is the same as the 2021 model. It's the same color and everything, you know. I think the 2019 is the blue one, okay? And I don't know when they're going to make another blue one, unfortunately, is the thing. All right, so yeah, I just wanted to do a little show and tell on this guy. I actually never had a Honda service manual, and I don't think I've ever done a video on a service manual, okay? So you should definitely have a service manual for your bike, you know, just so you know how to work on it and you can look up the specs on it, all right? More specifically, the torque specs is what you're gonna want, okay? How are you gonna work on your bike if you don't know, how tight to make a fastener, okay? So that's the number one thing, okay? That and just learning how to do stuff on the bike. So from what I've seen is the Honda Super Cub is like, it's a super simple and reliable bike, okay? There's really not much that can go wrong with it. I don't even think there's like an oil filter. I don't know. I'll have to look in the manual and find out. But the owner's manual goes through like a number of things, okay? How to take the wheels off on the bike and stuff. It's a pretty good manual, okay? But this should get more into it right here, okay? And I kind of want to take a look at it. I already seen the wiring diagram. It's actually very nice, okay? So yeah, let's take a look at it. So I bought this from Ocean County Power Sports e-commerce on eBay. All right, I got it for $60. All right, it got to my place in like 4 days. It came from the East Coast. For whatever reason, all the parts are on the East Coast, okay? And so $60, I think that's a pretty good bargain, okay? It looks about as thick as most service manuals, is what I'm gonna say. You know, my DR651's probably about this thick. All right, and $60, that's what a bargain, you know. All I say is like most service manuals are like $100 plus, okay? Like I said, there's really not much to go wrong with this bike, at least at least I think so. Yeah, so like service manuals for other bikes are probably upwards of $100 to like $200, okay? I know my Impulse TT manual was right like 200 plus for that service manual, okay? And it really wasn't even that good a manual. Okay, after I was like using it, I was like, man, it doesn't show you how to do this, it doesn't show you how to do that, like it's not very descriptive, so I will not be doing a review on the manual, but we'll go take a quick look at it and see how the structure, the layouts and everything, okay? So every manufacturer has like, they do their own thing, okay? So every manufacturer's service manuals are different than other manufacturers, okay? Maybe certain, like, they might change over time. Now, I have experience with Kawasaki and Suzuki manuals, okay? And the Victory one, I guess, but Kawasaki and Suzuki and Yamaha, okay, and they're all very good, okay. My favorite is probably the Kawasaki. I have a lot of Kawasaki bikes, and it just gets the work, it gets the job done. All right, anyway, let's go take a closer look at this real quick, and then that'll be the end of the video. All right, here's we go. All right, here we are, Honda Super Cub service manual. 2019 and 2021 Honda service manual, C125 Alpha, okay? I don't know what the Alpha means, all right, but I do know it's a C125 because it's a 125cc. That's the latest model of Honda Super Cub, 2019 and 2021. All right, Super Cub. I think I can take this sticker. Yeah, it's just like taped on here. I'm gonna probably take that out later. It's like a barcode or something for the seller, okay? So let's take a look at the book itself. Honda Motor Company, Tokyo, Japan, printed in USA. All right, and there's a kind of like part number back here. I guess that's the number for the book. 61 Kilo 0 Golf 02. All right. I don't know if you can read that. I'll put a subtitle below. There is also a QR code right here, I think, if you want to look up where to buy it, or you might be able to download this too. Alright, and there's the Honda logo right there. There are also holes here, so if you want to put it in a binder, It's interesting. All right, and there's the spine. All right, the spine says Honda 2019 and 2021 C125 Alpha Service Manual. All right, pretty common stuff, right? All right, in the first section, the first page is about safety. All right, I hate this. I'm gonna tell you one thing I noticed about Hondas is they want you to be safe. Okay, there is a freaking when I got with this bike a manual that said like I had a manual just for motorcycle safety. Okay, there was a booklet just for motorcycle safety that came with this bike. Okay, in addition to the owner's manual. Okay. So yeah, so anyway, stuff about safety. I'm not going to go too much into detail with stuff. We'll probably pick a section and then we'll kind of look at how the structure is real quick, how to use this manual. All right. It shows you how to do all the, what is this, the little symbols and stuff here. All right, so for example, this one with a little, it says new on it. It says replace the part with new ones before assembly, okay? And then what's this bottom one? The bottom one says fork. Use fork or suspension fluid, okay? Good luck. Well, no, you can actually find that stuff. Honda suspension fluid, they do sell it. It's probably not cheap. All right, and then here's your table of contents right here. I will zoom in just a tad here so you guys can see a little better. So yeah, so here's table of contents. I'll go over it real quickly. The first chapter is general information, frame body panels, exhaust system, maintenance, PGM, the fuel injection system, ignition system, electric starter system, fuel system, lubrication system, cylinder head valves, cylinder piston, clutch gear. This is all engine related stuff, by the way. That's why it says engine here. It's pretty nice. Clutch, gear shift, linkage, alternator, starter, clutch, crankcase, transmission, crankshaft, engine removal, and installation. All right, and then the next three are chassis, front wheel suspension, steering, rear wheel brake suspension, and hydraulic brake. All right, then the next three chapters are related to the frame and electrical, anti-lock brake system, the battery charging system, the lights, meters, and switches, the Honda Smart Key system. Whoa, there's a good one right there. That's I don't have any manuals with that on it. A wiring diagrams, and then index. Okay. Okay, so let's kind of go over the general information real quick. So the way they do it is they have like every chapter has like subsections and stuff. Okay. So there's a service rules, model identification, torque values. There's a very important one, okay? 1-9, right? So that means chapter 1, like section 9 or something, all right? Or page 9. All right, so there's a picture of the bike there. Here's some acronyms or abbreviations. It tells you how to find stuff here on the bike, like number plate information, specs, more specs, torque values. Okay, I'm gonna kind of go. Oh, so like let's look at the torque values. Torque values are in primarily in Newton meters, and then kg FM. There's three freaking torque values in this manual. Newton meters. Okay, I know Newton meters. All right, that's a fairly common one, but I don't know what kg FM is. I never used that before. And then there's pound foot. All right, or yeah, pound foot. So 29 Newton meters and 21 foot pounds. Okay, so there's three torque values. That must be a Honda thing, man. All right, they even tell you what kind of fasteners there are, the thread diameters. All right, okay, let's pick a different chapter and then we'll just go over it a little briefly. Let's do suspension. How about that? Rear wheel brake suspension, chapter 16. All right, and then there are probably little tick marks on here. So 16, I think, is probably right here-ish. All right, that's the front one. I'm off by one. All right, let's just do the front wheel then. Okay, so in my opinion, those marks could be a little bit easier to use, Honda. You could make like a longer mark for each section, you know, so or chapter, so you know, so it's a little easier to find. Okay, it's kind of hard to see that. I'm not gonna lie. All right, So yeah, here we are, chapter 15, and now we're just going to kind of go over something, okay? So, in the first part of the chapter, it mentions all the tools that you're going to be using, okay? And some general safety stuff, okay? This is made for technicians and stuff. All right, there's already a troubleshooting section, okay? That's something new. I've never seen that. Yeah, generally they don't even have a troubleshooting section in the chapter. Maybe there'll be like a section just for troubleshooting, or maybe it could be in the back. Well, in the Honda manual, it's at the beginning of the chapter, okay? So, for example, hard steering, okay? I know one of the things, if it's hard to steer, maybe your tire pressure isn't right. That's probably the insufficient tire pressure. There you go, okay? Okay, and then here's component location. So this is the front wheel suspension diagram. Very nice. It's got the pictures of the handlebars, and then the fasteners, and then there's arrows pointing to the fasteners saying the torque values, okay? So the primary torque value is Newton meters in the Honda manual, okay? At least this Honda manual. And then they're kg, FM, and then foot pounds. Hayes Mega lives in America, and we use foot pounds and inch pounds more, okay? So that's what I'm going to say. I know mountain bikes use a lot of Newton meters and stuff. So, yeah, so primarily Hayes Mega will be using the foot pounds. But it's nice that they give you every value, okay? Sometimes certain scales are easier to work in. Like Newton meter, it's kind of easier to work in like smaller scale stuff with Newton meters, all right? Yeah, so that's it. It just shows you the part and the fastener and then the torque values. Very good. I like that. Some manuals can't even, they don't, like, if you guys have ever seen a Haynes manual, some of the Haynes manuals, they don't even have this. Maybe they'll have a diagram, but they won't tell you the torque values. You have to go look them up somewhere else in the book. All right, so very nice. The diagrams are nice too. Okay, there's another, there's a kind of more in detail diagram of the handlebar. All right. So here we go. Now we're getting kind of in the nitty gritty here. Now how to remove and install the handlebar post installation. So it's one of those things where like go to this chapter and we'll show you how to do it. I kind of don't like that, but I guess it saves some pages. That's what I say. All right. So here it tells you how handlebar post installation. All right. It just kind of shows you a diagram here. Yeah, it's kind of not very descriptive, but it does kind of it kind of walks you through the steps. Install the left handlebar switch, install the right handlebar switch screws, tighten the screws, and then there's the torque specs there. So okay, so it's very similar to a Kawasaki manual. I'll tell you that. The Kawasaki manuals are very much like this. Same thing with like Suzuki, I think. Okay. So in other sections they'll have other diagrams. So there's most service manuals I know of, they usually have all the diagrams at the beginning of the chapter. Okay? But this one they kind of break it up into little pieces. I kind of would rather have it just in the front of the chapter, so honestly. Because that way it's just easier to find. But this works too. Okay? So bearing replacement, remove the following, and then it tells you to go look for the front wheel, page 15.9, okay, and then remove the dust seal, page 15-10, okay, and then it goes through the steps to do the next steps thereafter, okay. It tells you what tools here you need, and even gives you the part numbers for the freaking tools, man. That's crazy, right? So if you wanted to buy like a Honda bearing remover head, 12 millimeters, that's the part number right there. That's what you need to order, okay, if you needed that. And it's got pictures on how to do stuff. It's got actual pictures of somebody working on the bike, okay? And it's in black and white, okay, if you guys are wondering, or grayscale. And then it has some diagrams, all right? Pretty good manual, not bad. Yeah, most of them are just kind of diagrams, like computer diagrams. Okay, so yeah, I guess you guys got the gist of it, right? Tells you about the tools, the torque specs, the steps, and where to go to look up, how to do a certain task in the book, okay? And then the last thing I want to look at is the electrical diagram, because I've already looked at it before on the internet, and it's very nice. Okay, so there's an electrical diagram, so you can see the wiring diagram for the whole bike right here. Boom, look at that, in color. Very nice. I like it. It's in color. It's very nice and easy to read. There's a little table of contents right there. I mean, not table. It's the key. It's the key for the wiring. Okay, I'll tell you this. Honda uses green for grounds. Okay. I know Suzuki uses black for grounds. All right, and I know most manufacturers use black. Okay, unless they changed it. Unless they're starting to change stuff and using green for grounds, okay? I found that out. I found that out when I was working on the USB, installing my USB thing. Green is ground, okay? Normally black is ground. Okay, and then there's their index. If you want to look up a certain thing, it'll tell you what page. All right. What else? Is that about it? Smart key stuff. Yeah, so that's about it, all right? So it'll say what chapter you're in, and then like what the section is about, okay, type of thing. All right, so there you go. That is the show and tell for the Honda Super Cub C125 Alpha service manual for models 2019 to 2021. Okay, I'd imagine, I don't know, maybe the future models may be a little different. I'm not sure, but as far as I know, the last 3 years have been the same. Okay, thanks for watching. Here's Miguel.